This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Good evening. It is Monday, March 17th, 2025. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, and the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna. Thank you so much for joining us. On Saturday, March 8th, 2025, at approximately 6:15 p.m., police officers from the Dennery Police Station responded to a report of a stabbing incident at the Dennery Fishing Complex. Investigations revealed that a male victim had sustained multiple injuries and was subsequently transported via ambulance to the Dennery Hospital for treatment. On Friday, March 14th, it was reported that the victim, identified as 51-year-old Gilson Camille from Pralemiku, had succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead by a medical practitioner. Investigators from the Dennery Police Station have since detained a male suspect in connection with this case. In other news, a major redevelopment project aimed at enhancing vendor and farmer operations has been completed. The Castries Market and Point Serafin Fisheries have undergone significant upgrades, offering cleaner, more modern spaces for business. Multiple government ministries collaborated on the initiative, which officially opened on Friday, March 14th.
A long-awaited transformation has finally arrived for vendors and farmers in Castries. With support from multiple government ministries, the Castries Market and Point Serafin Fisheries have been redeveloped to provide cleaner, more efficient spaces for business. The official opening of the anchorage on the waterfront on Friday, March 14, 2025, marked a new chapter in commercial activity aiming to improve business operations for both vendors and customers while boosting Saint Lucia's economic growth.
The project started by having numerous meetings. Myself, the Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of Tourism, the head of Castries Constituency Council and others. And then there was this friendly banter, even before the project started, who will control it? Agriculture said, marketing board is ours, that's their land. Tourism said, we conceptualize it. Madam Mayor said, we control the city. But the long and short of it, amidst this friendly banter, we decided the resolution of the problem was to form a management committee to oversee the operations of this facility.
The enhancements are expected to not only benefit vendors and farmers, but also create a more attractive marketplace for both locals and tourists. But the development did not come without challenges. Some vendors have claimed the changes will disrupt their daily operations. However, Minister Frederick believes this transformation will encourage greater consumer engagement, promote better business practices, and increase economic opportunities for local businesses.
And that barely taking about 2 people, 3 people inside their little jailhouse, and that making no sense. And nobody, no old person will go and buy fish up there, them kind of way there. No old people will live here, go all up there and buy fish. That's a dead zone that they are, sir.
I had to deal with the fishermen. And you know, folks, it is high time our people are educated so succinctly, so sufficiently, that they understand that there are times when we set aside our personal interests in the interest of development of our country. They did not want to move, notwithstanding that they have no running water there, no ice, and they sell fish in unhealthy conditions, and I make no bones about it. We provided them with a facility that cost us over $200,000 with ice machines and running water. The 2 quintessential features for proper fish vending. Notwithstanding that, the resistance was still there.
Frederick emphasized that execution of the redevelopment project was necessary. For years, vendors and farmers have faced challenges operating in outdated and sometimes unsanitary conditions. With the upgrades, these business hubs now feature improved infrastructure, better waste management, and enhanced facilities to accommodate a larger range of goods and services, which Frederick says is a perfect opportunity to work together jointly.
It takes a collaborative effort on the part of everyone. We have given you a facility that you can operate healthily.
With vendors now able to operate efficiently in the newly redeveloped facility, authorities remain hopeful that these improvements will pave the way for long-term sustainability and prosperity in St. Lucia's commercial sector.
Consumers in St. Lucia are being urged to reconsider their shopping habits in an effort to minimize their environmental impact. On World Consumer Rights Day, Minister for Commerce Emma Hippolyte highlighted the connection between consumer choices and climate change. Additionally, the Consumer Affairs Department engaged the public through quizzes and an interactive shopping activity that provided discounts at Massey and Glass supermarkets.
How we shop impacts planet and country. The Minister for Commerce, Honorable Emma Hippolyte, emphasized the significant impact of consumer behavior on both the environment and the nation as St. Lucia celebrated World Consumer Rights Day 2025 on March 15th. During her address, she underscored the vital role that consumers play in environmental protection, drawing attention to the direct correlation between purchasing decisions and climate change. Minister Hippolyte urged St. Lucians to keep the day's theme, a just transition to sustainable lifestyles, at the forefront of their minds throughout the year, reinforcing the importance of sustainable choices in everyday life.
This theme serves as a clarion call to every citizen to seriously examine and adjust the way we live, consume, and interact with our planet. The past decade has been the warmest on record, and the evidence of climate change is undeniable. Extreme weather patterns that result in hurricanes, droughts, wildfires, and floods are destroying homes, displacing families, and disrupting economies. These are not distant threats. They affect us all.
St. Lucian consumers are being encouraged to reconsider their consumption habits and the potential impact these habits have on their environment. Experts emphasize that consumer activity plays a significant role in climate change, particularly in St. Lucia. They advocate for the purchase and use of sustainable products and services, urging individuals to support businesses that prioritize sustainability and ethical practices. By being mindful of waste, energy consumption, and product choices, consumers can contribute to reducing St. Lucia's environmental footprint.
Careless consumerism is taking a significant toll on the very resources upon which we depend. Fairly recent trends such as fast fashion, which is a business model that mimics the latest runway styles and mass production at low cost, resulting in bales of cheap disposable clothing at our landfills. 2. Planned obsolescence, a business strategy that intentionally designs products to break quickly or become obsolete in the short to medium term, are contrary to sustainable living practices. To reverse this course, we need to make fundamental changes in how we eat by choosing more sustainable food sources and reducing food waste. We need to travel by adopting cleaner and more efficient travel options. We need to cool and power our homes and offices by transitioning to renewable energy sources such as solar power.
Just a day earlier, on March 14th, the Consumer Affairs Department took significant steps to promote awareness of consumer rights and best practices in consumerism. In collaboration with Massey and Glass stores, the department rewarded conscientious shoppers by providing them with special bags that granted access to exclusive discounts. This initiative effectively highlighted the connection between responsible consumer behavior and financial advantages. Wendy Frederick, the Director of Consumer Affairs, emphasized that the department aims to promote the message of sustainable living throughout the year, with particular attention given to raising awareness within educational institutions.
We try to promote and encourage consumers to eat what you grow, in their backyard garden, use sustainable products, try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So this is one of the areas this year that we want to focus on, and it's not just going to be today, we're going to be doing more throughout the year, going to the schools.
As Saint Lucia faces climate challenges, consumer responsibility is becoming a crucial part of the conversation. The government, businesses, and the public all play a role in making sustainable choices for the future. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Stevana Francis.
According to a leaked U.S. travel ban list, New York Times reported that the Trump administration is recommending travel restrictions affecting 43 countries, including Saint Lucia. While the government says it has received no formal notice, it informed that it was actively seeking clarification. Stevana Francis tells us more.
Saint Lucia is among several Caribbean nations said to be facing possible travel restrictions by the United States. Circulation of a draft list, reportedly cited by U.S. media, suggested that the Trump administration is recommending visa restrictions affecting 43 countries and that Saint Lucia had 60 days to address concerns or risk partial suspension of visa issuance. However, in a social media statement on March 16th, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre asserted that the government had not received official communication from Washington. Minister within the Ministry of Finance, Wayne Gerard, spoke on these concerns at a March 17th press briefing, adding that this was an unconfirmed report which was unnecessarily worsened by propaganda pushed by the opposition at a time when such a matter would require a holistic approach.
We need to be careful insofar as what we represent and repeat. When you ask many people, have they actually read the Saint Lucia Times article? Most of them say to you they have not. There has not been any official correspondence from the US government indicating to us we have 60 days to do anything, otherwise face certain sanctions. I imagine the Minister of Foreign Affairs will also be here to address you, and he will reiterate this thing. We've not received any communications in that regard. However, the pursuit by the opposition in the way that they continuously put out misinformation is a very dangerous precedent. And only last week in Parliament, I was urging the leader of the opposition, when we represent the government or people of a country, we may not always agree, but I think there are certain things we should take very seriously, and we should all gather around to support it.
According to the New York Times report, the draft proposal placed 43 countries into 3 categories. The first group faces full visa suspensions, the second includes countries like Haiti with partial restrictions, and the third group, which included Saint Lucia, could see visa restrictions unless concerns were addressed. The report stated that the US government had not finalized the list. Gerard added that given the Prime Minister's dedication to transparent service since 2021, these would be treated as urgent and communicated to the public with very clear next steps as appropriate.
If, for whatever reason, and let's be clear, if for whatever reason there is such an incident, it will be very disastrous to us from an economic point of view, because we have tourists who come from the US who visit Saint Lucia. We have Saint Lucians who also go overseas to do to get their shopping to come back to sell to Saint Lucians. So it's a very serious concern, and we're taking it very seriously. But I'd like to reiterate, we have not received any official correspondence indicating that we should do anything in 60 days' time.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre confirms that there is no official yellow alert communications regarding Saint Lucia being on a list of restricted countries as regard visa issuance per the New York Times report of concern.
We've made inquiries for our Washington office, and then they also have said to us that they have nothing official, so only what we have to go by is an article on the newspaper.
The St. Lucian government assures the public that it is monitoring the situation and will provide updates as they come. The Prime Minister emphasized that the US remains a key partner and that they are working to maintain strong diplomatic ties. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Stevana Francis.
Coming up next, a tragic collision on the St. Jude Highway claims the life of a 45-year-old woman. And a parliamentary representative speaks on the aggressive demonstration in Roseau over poor road conditions. All that and so much more coming up when we return.